Now to the story of the wildfires in northwest Oklahoma, where incredible devastation has been met with equally incredible generosity.
It's hard to put in words the side of it. It's overwhelming, the generosity of the people.
In their 20 years of marriage, raising children, and cattle ranching southwest of Buffalo, Oklahoma, Rusty and Jennifer Colton have never dealt with anything like this. The stark and startling aftermath of a wildfire that tore across 330,000 acres of Harper, Beaver, and Woodward counties and covered even more ground north into Kansas. Lives lost, along with homes, barns, equipment, and thousands of head of livestock.
The ash was so thick that the windmill ponds were muddy with ash. There was basically no water in them ponds. It was you could pick it up and hold it in your hand.
And where those ashes have now blown away, bare sandy soil is all that remains.
We're kind of on the north edge of the big fire.
Oklahoma State University Extension educator Daryl McBee is the person people called first for guidance.
When one of your clients is also a good friend of you calls basically in tears on the phone, and he's lost all his hay. Of his probably 3,000 acres of grass, he has 160 acres left. And you ask him how he's doing, he's like, "Oh, I'm okay." He is not okay.
Hard to talk about, even harder to lean on others.
And the Panhandle is probably a harsher climate than most people understand, because our wildfire season started in November. This just happened to be huge, but I've had producers got burned out in November. I have families that went 18 days in January with no electricity from the major ice storm. And then we turn around a month or two later and we burn off 150,000 acres of our county and approximately 3,000 head of cattle. Honestly, it's hard. I don't know how much more they can take. I'm serious.
You don't understand what has happened here.
Woodward County's Dana Bay is helping out in Harper County, where the Extension office quickly turned into ground zero. Hundreds of calls a day from people offering to help.
Harper County OSHA Extension, this is Dana. How may I help you? Good morning, Nancy. I'm good. How are you? The response has been overwhelming. The state of Oklahoma has stepped up, but the nation has stepped up. The farming community, ranching community have been it's overwhelming. Sorry. Okay. It truly is. It restores your faith in humanity.
Generosity stacked high. Hay trucked in from all over the country. For example, people like Molly Green at Tyree Ag in Laverne worked around the clock.
There's no hay around there.
The need for hay, feed, milk replacer, and fencing supplies won't let up anytime soon.
When you consider someone's cow herd that they may have spent years or even generations building up the bloodlines that they wanted to have, and then a fire comes through and wipes out the majority of it, they will come back, they will build back, and they will build those herds again, but it's in some instances starting over from nothing.
Tiny flecks of new grass among the ashes are a sign of hope. Like the land, the people are resilient.
These last couple of weeks, both of our girls have seen us down on the mat, and they see you when you get back up. If you have time to dust off, you do, and if you don't, you bristle up and go back in. So neighbors everything will go forward. Everybody will pitch in and we'll all get along. And
everybody's willing to do what they can do, and that's enough. And God will take it from there. We have faith that God will take it from here.
Instead of focusing on what's lost, the Coltons intend to take it day by day, putting energy into helping neighbors, seeing to livestock and orphaned calves, and working on 4-H activities, carrying on the home place that Jennifer's great-grandparents established in 1904.
It's ours.
Blood,
we have
sweat, and
bought
tears.
and paid for it. Blood, sweat, and tears. We've earned every inch of this soil, and we'll continue to do so for our children.